Hey, everybody. Thanks for downloading this episode of the Black and Gold podcast brought to you by Boonshine Brewing Company. They're trying to make the high country a better place and to make Boone shine, and they're doing a great job. Now, it's Thursday, and you know what that means. It's Smash Burger plus a beer for just $12. And if you're listening to this, it's probably a Friday, but you can catch it next Thursday. Come out and sink your teeth into our juicy Smash Burger loaded with lettuce, tomato, grilled onions, and our house shine sauce. That sounds like something Charles makes before homecoming. Plus a pint of your choosing to wash it down. You can't beat that combo. See y'all soon. Charles, what do you think of shine sauce?
I haven't had it yet, but I'm sure it has something to do with Boonshine.
Of course. I'm sorry. Of course. Of course. No, we thank Boonshine as always for sponsoring the show and being awesome. Speaking of awesome, we have an awesome show today. It is our 10th baseball preview with Coach Kermit Smith. Coach Smith has been on the show more than 10 times, but it's our 10th preview with him. And I got to say from the very top, like, it's an honor to be able to have the trust of, these different coaches on campus to, I don't know, give us their time and just talk to us. And Charles, it's kind of weird. I don't think we take it for granted at all, but sometimes you got to stop and think, man, we've been doing season previews with Kermit Smith for 10 seasons. It's been pretty great.
That's wild because, we'll never forget that cold day where we went up to the mountain on top of where Bodenheimer was.
Yep.
And or Bodenheimer, but the Broyhill was. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
You can get it out here in a minute and get it straight. Yep. And snowing, and he's looking for some chairs, and we're talking about a team he has coached but not coached in a game yet, and it was probably very interesting. But from right then, we forged, we started something, and we forged friendship, and that's where it starts, right? Like, and every year we look forward to this, having this type of conversation about his squad, and so. Always looking forward to it. Always love seeing him around. All that good stuff.
Yeah, he's a great man, great coach, and we're happy to have him on here to talk a little bit. And we've always said it. He can sell ice to an Eskimo, so we're excited to get pumped up for Appalachian State baseball. So we're gonna have him come on here pretty shortly here. He's right now, I guess, wrapping up dinner with his staff as we record here on a Thursday night. So I want to shout out our sponsors. Billy Styles Roofing. That's not the name of the company. It's Billy Styles, who you'll contact 704-842-1874. But it is Styles Roofing for those of you in the greater Charlotte area. If you got some roof damage, if you found some leaks because of all the ice that's been around and all the snow, that's who you need to call to get your roof done. They don't get paid up front. They're only going to get paid when the job's done and you are satisfied. They love working with Appalachian fans. And Community One Insurance, if you're looking to get better service and pay less money for insurance coverage in North and South Carolina, all you need to do is reach out to Zach Ligon or Matthew Johnson, both Walker College of Business grads. 828-455-2335 is the number to call or text. Also, check out their website, Community One Insurance. And so, again, better service, less money. They have already started working with several different Black and Gold podcast listeners. So why in the world would you not just find out if you can save a little money and get better service? Charles, let's talk some, obviously we could talk men's basketball here in a little bit, but we'll save that. First place. They've been on an absolute tear, which has been really, really awesome to see. But we have not covered yet. We'll do wrestling. We are still unbeaten in SoCon. Oh no, that's not true. No, yeah, it is 5-0. I'm sorry, 5-0 in SoCon. I was looking at our home record. We're 3-1 at home. Our SoCon record 5-0. We wrestled a duel on Sunday. We mentioned this. It's usually Chattanooga on Super Bowl Sunday, but this year is the Citadel, and we win 23-13. Charles, I don't know if this was as exciting as the Super Bowl. Probably a little more exciting, but any thoughts on the matchup against the Bulldogs?
It had to be more exciting than the Super Bowl, I think.
Yeah.
But no, it's a solid win. Citadel kept it close, so it's not like this is two unbeaten teams, and it's just a matter of time before somebody lost. 23-13 is certainly a respectable score, as they used to say. But we won 6 matches and lost 4. And it was led by Logan Eller and Stephen Monkery, Jarvis Little, Aldo Hernandez, Caden Kaiser, who's now ranked 30th, and Thomas Brooker, who's also ranked in the top 30. Good win. We move on to our next match. Is at Davidson? Is that correct? Is that what I remembered? Mm-hmm. And that's tomorrow, Friday the 13th, or today, Friday the 13th, however you want to look at it. And then really a big match on Sunday against Chattanooga. That's the Chattanooga weekend. So 2 big ones right here in a row, back to back, both on the road. Need them both because they're both SoCon matches.
Yep. And just covering tennis real quick, Savannah Dada Maskell did not play tennis on Saturday, but we did away with Western Carolina in very tidy fashion, 6-1 at the Deer Valley Athletic Club. In case anybody wants to know, that was indoors because last Saturday was not tennis weather.
Still not tennis weather.
Still not tennis weather. So it does say the attendance was 47. I don't know if that includes the players or not, but we do get a nice win against Western Carolina. And I did not see who we were playing next. I know that was a nice little
Kennesaw State tomorrow or today.
Okay, yeah, Kennesaw State, 11 a.m. How about that? Hope nobody had classes. So we'll see how that goes. And let's do well before we get started here. Also, we don't have the BGP Mail Satchel segment, but shout out Blue Deer. It's been really, really cold. They've been open, hot coffee, best coffee in Boone. And of course, get yourself a sweet treat. Downtown Boone, downtown Blowing Rock, and in West Jefferson. We thank them very much for sponsoring the show. Let's talk a little hoops here. We'll save men's basketball. For last here and wrap up and go to Kermit for some baseball. But the ladies here, let me go over to my tab here. So we're on a pretty rough streak here. 4-game losing streak. I guess you could say a silver lining is that one of those losses wasn't a Sunbelt loss. It was Kent State, but it's still not looking great. Overall record 10-14, but we're 3-10 in conference, near the bottom, if not at the bottom. And we are now, so we've already played. We're recording a lot later than we usually do, folks. So did get beat by James Madison at home last night. We're recording here on a Thursday, and we are playing Georgia State at home on Saturday, and then we go on the road at Coastal, at James Madison. Charles, just not looking like a very successful conference performance here this year. We're really running out of runway. Need to start playing better if we want to do anything in conference tournament play.
Yeah. I didn't see much of the Kent State game besides scoreboard watching on my phone while watching the men, because they touched off at the same time, play Eastern Michigan. And then as far as last night on February 11th, this is a game. You look at the box score, lose by 7. Kind of looks like every other box score you've seen, every other score you've seen. But we led for over the majority of this game, and it just came apart in the fourth quarter. A dogfight early. The score was 8-6 after 1. Set basketball back a little bit on both sides, but we really did a good job of limiting James Madison. It's a much better team than us, bigger team, bigger skill, all those things. And then it just fell apart. They just started hitting shots. They started getting layups and got us out of the half court, and we couldn't get anything to go. And when you play a game so low scoring and one team has 23 points in the fourth quarter, and that's a lot of it. I mean, great job holding them to 19 points and a half. And we were up by 7, at the break, and still up by 4 going into the fourth. And then suddenly they just caught fire. Nothing to say about it. They shot 61% in the third quarter, 53% in the fourth. You do that average. That's plenty good enough. 15 of 26. That's almost 60% for the entire second half. No threes. This is just not a high scoring game. They hit 3. We hit a few. It's 7. It's a lot for only scoring 53 points. So you see where our offense came from, and just not enough. Just not enough. It was a struggle because they had it. They were playing good D, and it just fell apart. Just really felt bad for them. They probably played one of their better games.
Yeah.
In the last month, and they didn't get anything to show for it, and I hate it for them.
Yeah. No, I caught kind of similar to you. Caught a good bit of that second half, and I had some high hopes, but yeah, I mean, just not quite enough. So we have just 5 more games left in the regular season, so hopefully we can capitalize with a win, at least starting on Saturday. Let's talk men's hoops here. Charles, we're on a 7-game winning streak. We are in sole possession of first place, and this team, man, I mean, the chemistry and the enthusiasm this team has for each other, I think, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to go back, especially, we have dad brain, so, it's hard. Years kind of blur together a little bit. It's hard for me to remember a team that I think got along so well on the bat. It just looked like they enjoyed playing with each other. And different guys stepping up. I mean, it was really funny when Kaysen Jennings got interviewed there at the very end of the game. He was player of the game, scored 30 points or whatever. The whole team ran back onto the court to celebrate with him. So those are intangible elements. I'm not saying that because they the power of their love for each other has powered them. I mean, look, you got to be good. You got to jump and shoot and all that good stuff too. But I like watching this team. I really like watching this team. Different players stepping up, guys getting better. Coach Kearns does such a good job and his staff at helping these guys just improve. I think, Lonzo, his ability to find, different seams to get to the basket and also to make quick passes, has been. He didn't even look at the same players last year. It's been awesome watching this team on this run. Absolutely waxed Georgia Southern last night. We got some other games to play, other games to cover, but I mean, the moral of the story is we're winning and we look good while we're doing it. We really haven't played a close game, except Eastern Michigan was a little close. But in this 7-game winning streak, we've handled business.
Yeah, I think this 7-game winning streak goes back to our last loss against Old Dominion, and that was the last time that we gave up 70 points to an opponent. And defense has really led this team over this basically almost this in the last 4 weeks, almost a whole month. If you go back on the 7-game win streak and you look at the total points we've allowed, Louisiana was 58.
Yeah.
Monroe was 43. Southern Miss was 63. Troy was 44. South Alabama 57. Eastern Michigan 60. Georgia Southern 65. Georgia Southern was scoring a lot of points. One of the best offenses in the league, if not the. And that just goes to show the old adage, AJ. What's better, good hitting, good pitching? On a baseball preview episode, the pitching usually wins out. Yeah. And that's kind of how I would explain what our basketball team has been over the last month, is that our pitching or our defense is superior to your offense and will neutralize them. And all it does is feed right back into how we run our offense. And each time you get disappointed, you go down the floor and you miss a basket, you don't get an offensive rebound, there's a shot clock violation or something like that, we're then going to strangle you, right? And we're going to go down there, we're going to put 2 in somehow, some way, or we're going to get fouled. We're going to have good offensive possessions. And I think that's really how we attack, second halves. It's hey, if we didn't start in the post to start the game in the first half, we're going to go there, right? We're going to make you defend right out of the gate. So where you're not going to get that spurt. You're not going to get that, the first 90 seconds, the first 2 minutes of the second half, cut that, 8-point lead or 7-point lead down to 2, and all of a sudden it's a ball game and it's a dogfight for the rest of the second. No, we're going to go after you and make you earn it, and then make you chase us all night long. And it's really hard to do when you have to chase us when we have good offense, like we did last night against Georgia Southern, scoring 81, and also while our defense has just been immaculate over this stretch. That is really the catalyst. This didn't sneak up on us. We had this at Southern and Southern Miss and Troy weekend, we're like, hey, look, all of a sudden we're in like third place, right? And then we have that kind of that weird off week where we play a SoCon or a Sun Belt game. Goodness gracious. And then we go out of the conference. And I think that was as big as anything. It's like, all right, look, our focus is on Wednesday night against South Alabama, right? We got to win that game, and we did. And then we went out of the conference, played a kind of a up and down kind of tough game against Eastern Michigan where we were really in control, but we really didn't pull away, and they didn't.
It was very close.
Yeah, they didn't leave the building. They were top heavy like us, so their guys, got their points, their starting lineup, and they hung around. But we did enough. We did enough late, and that's as big as anything. And so then you step right back into conference play. Play a rivalry game as you get your last road set, going from Boone to Statesboro and then up to James Madison is not the easiest trip. None of these East trips are easy. And we've put ourselves in position. And that position is first place. No better place to be, because now what are we doing? We're doing the same thing we're doing on the court as we're doing in the standings. You got to come get us. And we're going to be playing the best defense that we can while doing so. Really proud of the team. That's no understatement there. But what they've done, and this Saturday is as big as any other game. It's as big as it gets.
Yeah.
And getting that next one will be huge. And then that Marshall game is going to have a lot on it, because Marshall is right there, right behind us, and they have a game on us, and we don't want them catching it. That's going to be a big night. And then Saturday could be just as big, because I think there's a chance if we do what we're supposed to do, we could be playing next Saturday for a conference regular season title.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have enough time on this particular episode to go into this, but I don't know, man. I'm just so impressed with Coach Kearns' leadership and him being able to cobble together competitive teams and to get them to play defense. The string of consistency with his teams are they play defense the way that he wants them to play. And I don't know, it's so impressive what the basketball program went from 9 years of misery. And there was a little bit of hangover from the Buzz era, or the Buzz year, I should say the Buzz year, where, they had some good players on there. But after that, it was so bleak, but now, we've been in 7 seasons where we have not had a bad team in 7 seasons. Some have been better than others. And, but this has been a great team to watch. Top heavy with some of our guards. Yes, because they're old, but, we're winning, and I'm so proud of these guys. Everything you just said. I also would hate to be, you talk about make them hate playing App State. We got to play. This is the first game we've had in a second where we played mostly with 2 bigs in there. Michael Marcus Jr. and Luke Wilson together as a rebounding tandem. There's got to be very frustrating for teams, especially if you don't have a lot of size, because those dudes they're not just big, they're really aggressive, and they're really strong. I don't know. They're just continuing to feed off each other and muscle people around, man. Reminds me a little bit of, I think both these guys are probably more athletic, all due respect. Remember James Lewis Jr.? He was just beating people around under the basket. I think we got 2 guys that are doing that right now. And
the added impact of Michael Marcus Jr. being able to step behind the free throw line or behind the 3-point line, hit from off center, top of the key, and then corner threes as well.
Yeah.
Best look in the house, in my opinion. And go in, go out, and go get 20 points, go grab 10 rebounds.
Yeah.
And play 31 minutes and get in the way. You got to hit 5 free throws. We hit 20 or 28 last night. Huge. And that stuff is coming from all over the place. All those contributions. It is crazy.
Yeah.
And all you need, you don't need a lot coming off the bench. You just need some minutes, right? And where it seems like last year's team was wore out, this year's team has a little bit more, they may be less talented than last year's team was, top to bottom.
Yeah.
But the depth is there. And so, Alonzo can have a night. Jalen Todd can go 0 for 4, and somebody's going to pick him up. You don't know where it's coming from. So you got to deal with the post guys. You got to deal with Kaysen. He's going to get his volume. And then is it Todd that goes off? Is it Dodd that goes off? And then Aaron Banks can, hit a couple shots and penetrate and get to the rim sometimes. And you just don't know what you're going to get. He has gotten better. He's gotten a lot better coming off the bench. And I'm sure he was thrilled to go down to Statesboro last night. And
Kearns gave him. They had a good shot of Kearns on video of him like really giving Aaron a very enthusiastic hug after that. after that game, because he knew what that meant. He went back home and took care of business.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, really, really good. Really good run. Let's hope it continues. Saturdays, each game is so big right now. Like when you get in this spot where you are in first place and you don't want to fall out of it, and you got opportunities to, there's no. Enjoy it while it lasts. Enjoy this run. We know how important the top 4 seed is. We know how important the top 2 seed could be in the conference tournament. And this could be huge. This could be really huge if we get if we win the right games that we need to win down the stretch.
I want to say this is correct. Nobody on this team, except Luke Wilson's the only person on this team, I think, that was on that 23-24 team. I'm pretty sure, right?
Right, and he didn't play.
But my point is, none of these guys really have a taste of like foot on the throat, and I think they're acquiring that taste right now together. And we're going to learn a lot. We're going to learn a lot on Saturday and these remaining games about the character of this team, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited about it. So, all right, that's it. So we're going to. There's stuff we can
softball.
mention.
We got softball real quick.
I'm sorry. Yeah, softball.
It's early, but they're 5-0. Won 4 or 5 last week.
Best start ever.
Canceled because of weather. Best start ever. I had a run rule against George Washington, a 15-9 win against UNCW. A couple closer games, and then today we were down 5-1 today at UNCG. Came back 1-9, 7-6. Big stuff. 5-0 to start the year. They get to go down to Greensboro. Actually, still in Greensboro. I imagine they haven't gone up the mountain, but who knows? Columbia and Fairfield tomorrow, and then Columbia and UNCG on Saturday.
Yeah, this is great. These are not pushovers either. Kennesaw State, UNCW, UNC Greensboro. These are not. These are,
warm weather places.
Yeah,
right.
Sorry,
Division I
had
schools.
To throw a little Pfeiffer in there.
Chris Pollard's coming for you.
Yeah, well, Kermit Smith's coming for me. That's why. Just a joke, folks.
Just let you know.
I couldn't play baseball at Pfeiffer. Let's put it that way. Okay, so let's get ready to switch over here to Coach Smith. Our special guest sponsor is Mountaineer Mania, 497 West King Street. If you've been to Boone, you know where it is. Stop in to get they got baseball shirts there. Certainly have tons of baseball hats. Anything you want regarding Mountaineer apparel, outdoor stuff, tumblers, check them out. And remember that when you shop at Mountaineer Mania, that part of your purchase, part of the proceeds are going back to Mountaineer Athletics. And that's a really, really cool deal. They do have some of the most stylish, I think, looking apparel up there in the high country. I think just sometimes styles can get a little stale on King Street on some of those stores, but I think Mountaineer Mania does a really good job putting in good stuff. So we thank them for sponsoring the show. Go check them out, buy something. But for now, we're going to head on over to get another wonderful preview of a baseball season from Coach Smith. So that being said, sit back, relax, grab a smoking jacket, a nice pipe or cigar, your favorite beverage, and do get comfy and get ready to hear the soothing sounds of Appalachian State head baseball coach, Kermit Smith.